Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jase teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Hi to the guy across the way that was looking at me just now. He was like, he had a face, and I was like, hey.
He was probably saw your setup, and he was like, oh, is she like a famous streamer that I don't know about?
Yeah.
And the answer is
oh
yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I was like, yes, exactly. I know. I do wonder because I have these balconies or they're bridges from one end of the apartment complex across the way from me to the other. And definitely people look in because this kind of intersects it. So not intersects, but it looks out upon it, essentially.
The mental image I have of your apartment complex is just wild right now.
Yeah, seriously, me too.
It's LA. We're all together. Listen, we're all together. Okay?
No, see, I'm imagining a fantasy
we
land.
All basically live in one giant apartment complex.
It's like a fantasy land with huge, long bridges connecting these high rises far in the sky, and your apartment
They're not
is
that long. They are
hovering.
They're 4
in the middle of this bridge or something.
Yeah, it is. We have 2 stories and they have 4 or 5, and so they're looking down on me.
They're looking down into you. I see. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got to close the curtains sometimes, especially if I'm changing or something. You know,
right.
That kind of thing.
Right.
Anyways. Right. We are at the end of the Minor Prophets. Did we ever believe this day would come? I don't know if I did, but here it is.
I'm mostly excited that this is the last step before we get to move on to Song of Solomon, or Song of Songs, as it's called in certain translations. Yes. And that's the day that I never thought would come.
I thought that, from what I've heard, people are climbing breasts that are made of different melons or maybe grapefruits or something.
Sure.
Am I saying that right?
Sure.
You're not entirely inaccurate.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was something around those lines. I heard it a long time ago, but yeah. But yeah, cool. I'm excited. But you said it's only one episode.
Yeah, so Song of Solomon.
I didn't realize it was that short.
It's 8 chapters, but they're short.
Okay.
So we're going to do it all in one episode. So we're just going to really cram all of the sexiness into one episode.
Well, we can't get people too excited because today is Malachi.
Okay.
The one episode that's going to be Malachi. Do you know any bits of trivia you can tell us, Jase?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the main thing I can tell you about Malachi here is that, well, I guess I got a few things for you. So one is that Malachi in the Christian Bible is the last book of the Old Testament.
Whoa.
Also, chronologically speaking, he is the latest thing that happens in the Old Testament before we go on to the New Testament.
Whoa.
Boy, oh boy.
So he's supposed to be around 430 BCE.
Okay.
Right? So he's the latest, greatest thing that happens in the Old Testament. So the last 2 that we just read, so Zechariah and whoever it was before that, totally blanking on who that was.
Not important.
Some dude. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Not important. Whoever it was before Zechariah.
Okay.
They were contemporaries of each other.
Yes.
But Malachi is now another generation or so later.
Wow.
Okay.
So we are jumping forward again in time.
I appreciate that people are like, God took 430-year vacation. But really, though, was he just over it for a while? He's like, I'm done with you people. Maybe we'll find out in Malachi.
Yeah, he just stopped writing books for a bit. I mean, he was still doing things probably, but wasn't writing books anymore,
Yeah. Interesting.
Worked on some other projects or something.
Yeah.
So here's what else I have about Malachi. So the book is attributed to a prophet named Malachi.
Mm-hmm.
And the meaning of that, this might be on the quiz, is my messenger. But that may not be actually the name at all.
Okay.
Like Malachi might not actually be the name of the person. It could just be
the messenger. Could be
this
a
is
title.
the messenger, or like this is a book about someone else, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And let's see what else. So some scholars believe that Malachi is actually a collection of 3 separate, independent, anonymous prophecies.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess, I see. Some people say that the book of Malachi was 3 independent, anonymous prophecies, 2 of which were put on the end of Zechariah.
Oh.
So it's possible the last couple parts of Zechariah, all like when it got like really weird and different, like not dreams anymore.
That was actually part of Malachi-ish.
That originally may have been part of these other prophecies, and then the third of those anonymous prophecies was the book of Malachi. So that's one theory. Others say no, it was Malachi, and that's it. So there's, with everything in the Bible, it's old enough that there's a lot of debate and a lot of question marks around this.
Okay, so here's the argument for casting. Could we cast Mila Jovovich?
Oh.
Yes.
Because.
Yes.
Why? Because
she was in...
You don't have to convince me.
I mean, Jase loves her.
I've loved her for so many years that, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. You got a Mila Jovovich crush?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was one time in my life within, I would say, 100 yards or so of Mila Jovovich.
Did you run and were you like, Mila?
No, I was in
Is she Russian?
the line. She's not. I was in the line at the airport to go through customs when coming back from Japan, I think, at one point, several years ago. And she was up ahead. So I couldn't run to her because I was in the line at customs.
Oh my gosh.
But she was like going through customs while I was in the line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Wow.
Anyway,
that's cool.
That's my claim to fame.
Did you like lose it? Did you lose it?
I was so sad that I wasn't closer to her.
Yeah.
What would you have said? What you say it now?
Something embarrassing. No, like something super embarrassing, and I would have felt bad about it for years. So it's probably best that I didn't.
Okay.
Say it to us now. Say it. Let's have a little therapeutic role play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dedeker is Mila.
I just would have said,
I am the sky that this is happening in.
I was going to say you're the customs officer.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm the customs. I am the customs officer, and I'm about to take Mila's passport and look at it.
Yeah.
And then, like, as Dedeker is giving it to me, you run up.
Yeah. Excuse me, customs officer. You definitely need to let this person into our country because she is a treasure and wonderful, and I've loved all of her movies. And then, Mila, I think you're great. You're super cool. I love all the movies you do, and that you've actually got like a lot of range, and I don't know that you always get appreciated for that. And I think that's just wonderful.
Thank you. I'm here for business. Thank you.
I know. Please leave me alone.
Sir, you're going to need to go to the back of the line.
The argument I was going to make was that Mila Jovovich was in a Joan of Arc film called The Messenger. That was the first thing that came to mind.
That's fun. Okay.
So I think it's her.
Oh my god.
She did the scene for the audition. She got the part.
Wait, I love this story so much. Angry Dorito in the chat says that my mom saw Russell Crowe at the airport and she didn't recognize him, so she assumed he must have been someone from the church. And then as she started to walk up to him to say hi, she realized it was Russell Crowe and panicked and ran away.
I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Can relate.
Wow. And then someone saw the Dalai Lama at the airport. There's so many amazing airport stories.
It's okay. The one time that I was within like a yard of Ewan McGregor, I was afraid I was going to projectile vomit just like straight into his face from sheer nerves.
Are you sure you didn't tell him?
Me and Ewan McGregor are tight, so
we're tight. I have
really?
we've seen him for many years and also in person many times.
Didn't you sit next to him?
No, he came to a play that I was in.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
he came up to me.
Oh, yeah.
I know. And I've hated Jase for that ever since.
I was at that. So did Tim Robbins, and I sat next to Tim, and Tim was great.
Right. Yeah. Emily sat next to Tim Robbins, also at a play that I was in.
Oh, different play? Okay.
That was a different play. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What were we talking about? Did we talk about drinks?
Malachi?
Did we talk about Malachi? Okay.
No, let's talk about drinks.
Yeah, drinks.
Rein it in. We got to rein it back in. Talking
All
about
right,
drinks.
Jase.
I'm still working on this Guinness.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. Jase.
I am panicking now because I'm thinking about Mila Jovovich, and I'm drinking some kind of a stout, and I can't remember the name of it.
Okay. Well,
But it's nice.
It was like a dragon's tooth stout.
Oh, yeah, Dragon's Tooth.
Mhm.
That's what it's called, by Elysian Brewing.
Dedeker got her Guinness in the last episode.
Mm-hmm. What do you got, Em?
Okay, so it's time for V of the Roy G. Biv.
Oh, Rich Biv. This is the last it. This is the final color.
The final color. So this is called the Violet Lady.
Ooh.
And it is aquafaba and butterfly pea. Also, I threw lavender juice in there just to make it more lavendery.
Wow.
It's gin and lime or lemon juice. That's lemon. And also agave. And it's lovely.
Beautiful.
So it's like kind of like a gin fizz, but with lavender and butterfly pea to make it purple.
Oh, we've completed the rainbow now.
We have.
Good
Yeah.
job.
The rainbow happened.
Nice.
We are
Love
gay.
it. It's so good.
Okay.
Obviously. Okay. Let's
do it. Last of the Minor Prophets.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
So, because Malachi is the latest book in the Old Testament / the Hebrew Bible, I went with some real sort of futuristic-y, synthwavy kind of music, to really drive home that we're in the future now.
Whoa.
So that's what this is. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. Oh, and with that, it's Malachi 1. An oracle, the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I'm sorry, I'm like so groovy right now with this music. I have loved you, says Yahweh. Yet you say, how have you loved us? Wasn't Esau Jacob's brother? Says Yahweh. Yet I loved Jacob. But Esau I hated. Really? Ooh. And made his mountains a desolation and gave his heritage to the jackals of the wilderness.
Oh, those jackals are back.
Jackals.
Yeah.
Whereas Edom says we are beaten down, but we will return and build the waste places. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and men will call them the wicked land. Even the people against whom Yahweh shows wrath forever. We're starting this off with a bang.
Yeah.
It's like anger and dead.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes will see and you will say, Yahweh is great, even beyond the border of Israel. A son honors his father, and a servant his master. If I am a father, then where is my honor? If I am a master, where is the respect due me?
Boy, yeah, this is The Rock really talking trash before the wrestle boy match here.
Totes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says Yahweh of hosts to you, priests who despise my name. You say, how have we despised your name? You offer polluted bread on my altar.
Oh no, the moldy bread.
Moldy bread?
Ew, icky. You say, how have we polluted you? In that you say, Yahweh's table contemptible. What? That's weird. What is that? What does Eugene have to say for number 7?
Yeah. So all this is set up as like a dialogue.
Okay.
So I'm going to back up to verse 6 here. So isn't it true that a son honors his father and a worker his master? So if I'm your father, where's the honor? If I'm your master, where's the respect? God of the angel armies is calling you on the carpet.
What?
I don't know what that means. God of the angel armies is calling you on the carpet, : you priests despise me. You say, not so. How do we despise you? by your shoddy, sloppy, defiling worship.
Right?
You ask,
boy, oh boy.
What do you mean defiling? What's defiling about it?
Yeah.
When you say the altar of God is not important anymore, worship of God is no longer a priority, that's defiling.
All right. Doesn't mention anything about bread.
So,
but...
yeah, it's kind of this whole weird,
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess the worship, the bread is the worship.
Okay. When you offer the blind for sacrifice, isn't that evil? And when you offer the lame and sick, isn't that evil? Present it now to your governor. Will he be pleased with you? Or will he accept your person, says Yahweh of hosts. Now, please entreat the favor of God, that he may be gracious to us. With this, will he accept any of you, says Yahweh of hosts? Oh, that there were one among you who would shut the doors, that you might not kindle fire on my altar in vain. I have no pleasure in you, says Yahweh of hosts. Neither will I accept an offering at your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I think that's the end of that. That's the end of verse 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So there's like a little break here in the message.
Oh, okay. What's the break?
Well, so now he has a new heading here that says, offering God something hand-me-down, broken, or useless.
Okay.
I mean, thrifting is super hot these days.
It is.
But Yahweh is like, no, I need new designer sacrifices.
Well, Yahweh, that's not very ecologically friendly.
It's true.
Okay, yeah.
For from the rising of the sun even to the going down of the same, my name is great among the nations, and in every place incense will be offered to my name.
Oh, he's into incense now? He hated it before.
And a pure offering for my name is great among the nations. He changes his mind all the time. He's like, you know what? Incense is kind of nice. I like it kind of.
Was it just like that they were using really cheap incense maybe? And that's why he was like, ugh, I'm so sick of this. I hate it.
And I guess, whatever. But you profane it. In that you say Yahweh's table is polluted and its fruit, even its food is contemptible. You say also, behold, what a weariness it is, and you have sniffed at it, says Yahweh of hosts. And you have brought that which was taken by violence, the lame and the sick. Thus you bring the offering. Should I accept this at your hand, says Yahweh? But the deceiver is cursed, who has in his flock a male, and vows and sacrifices to the Lord a blemished thing. For I am a great king, says Yahweh of hosts, and my name is awesome among the nations.
Okay, so I feel like maybe the one redeemable part of this is he is making a point of, if you offer something to me that you had to steal from people less fortunate, it doesn't count. It's not the same. I can get on board with that. Sometimes he sneaks through with some actually good politics, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I can get kind of real for a moment and move away from just our jokes, I feel like the thing that keeps coming up for me in the Bible in general is this thing of like, we don't really know the context, right? So depending on the context, this could be, really empowering and like, yeah, we want better social justice and things like that.
Yeah.
Or with a different context, it's like, wow, this is super shitty and abusive.
It's true.
And it's hard to know which it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without knowing the context, and we can't really.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we can guess at it historically, but anyway.
That was it for that one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All
Gosh.
right. Chapter
Also,
2.
just like, this is interesting because I feel like he was a little bit more peppy in the last thing.
Yeah, this guy's Malachi's more of a downer than Zechariah.
He's more of a downer.
Well, Mila has a gravitas to her when she needs to bring it to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicken good, Yeah.
Chicken good, yes. Yeah. Chapter 2. Now, you priests, this commandment is for you. If you will not listen, and if you will not lay it to heart, to give glory to my name, says Yahweh of hosts, then will I send the curse on you, and I will curse your blessings. Indeed, I have cursed them already, because you do not lay it to heart. Behold, oh dear, I will rebuke your seed and will spread dung on your faces.
Oh, good. Good.
Ooh,
Good.
Boy.
Yum.
Wow.
Just really telling it like it is, Mila. And even the dung of your feasts.
What is that?
I don't know what that means. I don't know why we got dung at the feasts. That's a question.
Perhaps the dung that occurs after the feast.
Okay, yes. Angry Dorito is asking, what does Eugene say about this? Let me finish this quote. And then we can check in with the message.
Yes,
okay.
Always.
We'll spread dung on your faces, even the dung of your feasts, and you will be taken away with it.
Okay.
You will know that I have sent this commandment to you, that my covenant may be with Levi, says Yahweh of hosts.
Wowza.
What do we got?
Okay, so in fact, the curses are already at work because you're not serious about honoring me. Yes, and the curse will extend to your children. I'm going to plaster your faces with rotting garbage. Garbage thrown out from your feasts. That's what you have to look forward to.
I don't know.
Do you think that Eugene had a fun time writing this?
I
hope so.
But I feel like he's kind of inconsistent. There's some areas where he's like, sex and religion shrines and prostitutes. But this one he's like, poop? No, we can't go there. We can't go to poop.
That's too dirty.
We can go to slut shaming, but poop, that's just gross.
Yeah, no.
So we got to make it rotting garbage.
Yeah.
God, it could have been so good. Maybe you couldn't find a poetic way to say poop.
Yeah.
How about in Elden Ring, there is literally a dung eater. The loathsome dung eater. Yeah.
That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question for you. What do you imagine a translation / Eugene style paraphrase of the Bible written by George R.R. Martin like?
Boy, oh boy. Well, I imagine any woman that's ever mentioned is like very aware of
toads
in every single moment of her own breasts, like jiggling and shifting under her doublet or whatever.
Right. That's true.
Because he loves talking about that.
Is that what's in there? I've never read the books.
Also, I feel like he would give like a ton of backstory before any character who was about to die immediately after being introduced. Would just like spend several pages giving us all the backstory of them before they die. So that'd be fun.
That would be fun. I'm going to keep on keeping on.
Okay. Keep on keeping on.
My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him who he might be reverent toward me. And he was reverent toward me, and stood in awe of my name. The law of truth was in his mouth, and unrighteousness was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and uprightness, and turned many away from iniquity. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of Yahweh of hosts. But you have turned aside out of the way. You have caused many to stumble in the law. You have corrupted the covenant of Levi, says Yahweh of hosts. Therefore, I have also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according to the way you have not kept my ways, but have had respect for persons in the law.
Wait, what?
So I feel like this is implying that we're in the future, but we've gotten back to Yahweh's cranky with them again for not doing the right thing.
So you don't like me, but you've had respect for people of the law? What are they saying? Also, it's 8:30 and it's still light out over there. I can see it. It's pitch black here, but...
No, we're in the north, baby.
North? Okay.
Don't we all have one father? Hasn't one God created us?
Don't we all have one father?
Not that I know of, but I mean, sure, why not?
Why do we deal treacherously, every man against his brother, profaning the covenant of our fathers? Judah has dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah has profaned the holiness of Yahweh, which he loves, and has married the daughter of a foreign god.
Okay. I just love that Eugene's back.
He's so back.
He says, Judah has cheated on God. A sickening violation of trust in Israel and Jerusalem. Judah has desecrated the holiness of God by falling in love and running off with foreign women. Women who worship
the worst.
Women who worship alien gods.
Alien gods.
Aliens.
Yeah, ancient alien gods.
Cool.
Yahweh will cut off to the man who does this, him who wakes and him who answers out of the tents of Jacob, and him who offers an offering to Yahweh of hosts. This again you do. You cover the altar of Yahweh with tears, with weeping, and with sighing, because he doesn't regard the offering anymore, neither receives it with goodwill at your hand. Yet you say, why? Because Yahweh has been witness between you and the wife of your youth.
What?
Against whom, let me finish this sentence. Hang on. Because Yahweh has been witness between you and the wife of your youth, against whom you have dealt treacherously, though she is your companion, and the wife of your covenant. Did he not make one, although he had the residue of the Spirit? Why one? He sought a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. I need help. I really need help. What does the message say?
Yeah, boy, how far back do I go is the question.
Can you go back to maybe verse 12?
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Really far back.
Right. Okay, so the alien gods, we got that, right? You're cheating by falling in love with women who worship alien gods.
From an alien.
Carrying on from that.
Women in love with aliens.
God's curse on those who do this. Drive them out of the house and home. They're no longer fit to be part of the community, no matter how many offerings they bring to God of the angel armies. I see. So it's like, even if they also offer to Yahweh, it's not good enough. They can't do these alien gods. Okay, then carrying on to verse 13. And here's a second offense. You fill the place of worship with your whining and sniveling because you don't get what you want from God. Do you know why? Simple. Because God was there as a witness when you spoke your marriage vows to your young bride. And now you've broken those vows, broken the faith bond with your vowed companion, your covenant wife. God, not you, made marriage. His spirit inhabits even the smallest details of marriage. And what does he want from marriage? Children of God. That's what. So guard the spirit of marriage within you.
Oh, yeah, I
Don't cheat on your spouse.
Okay.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Eugene needs to chill the F out. Eugene, chill.
Yeah,
Good
Eugene is
heavens.
really
Eugene.
intense about this.
Eugene.
I think he maybe had some personal experience with this.
Yeah, Eugene feels as though he has had like somebody cheated on him. He has only had sex with maybe 2 people in his life and has a lot of baggage around it, and also some other things.
Yep. He's working through some things. Yeah.
Incense. He hates it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's gonna.
City.
That's on track with where this is going here. For I hate divorce,
Oh, wow.
says
Okay.
Yahweh, the God of Israel.
Of course. Okay, there it is.
And
That's why everyone's staying together for the kids.
that's so funny. If
What?
can you imagine if all the protesters had just as many I hate divorce signs as God hates F words signs.
F words?
God hates gay people signs.
Oh, yeah.
What a different world that would be.
Wow.
Anyway, and him who covers his garment with violence, says Yahweh of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit that you don't deal treacherously. You have wearied Yahweh with your words. Yet you say, how have we wearied him? In that you say, everyone who does evil is good in the sight of Yahweh, and he delights in them. Or,
Delight.
where is the God of justice?
Huh.
Boy.
Eugene's got a different hot take on this.
Oh, yeah?
So how do we tire him out, you ask? By saying God loves sinners and sin alike. God loves all. And also by saying judgment? God's too nice to judge.
Oh, this is kind of some don't you dare create a church that's okay with queer people rhetoric.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling here. Yeah.
But people are going to. And you know what? God won't care at all.
Yeah.
He'll be like, yeah, everyone needs to simmer down.
It does feel like...
Hashtag Pride Month.
Hashtag Pride Month. Yeah, it does feel like Eugene was maybe reacting a little bit to what he viewed as, I don't know...
Overly progressive Christianity.
Yeah, liberalism's threat to what he thinks is good marriage and Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe because his
fun.
wife kept fantasizing about a man who was more respectful of women or something like that.
So she wanted to be polyamorous?
And maybe also bisexual or something.
Maybe, yeah, also she had some feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be awkward for Eugene. I could see that.
That'd be tough. He'd have to work through some stuff for sure.
It makes sense why he gets so like both aroused and upset by the sex and religion shrines too. I think we're kind of painting a narrative of Eugene through reading his translation.
We are. I love this. Oh my gosh. Someday, this is my hope, someday The Rock will listen to our podcast, and someday Eugene's progeny will as well, and be like, work through all the baggage.
Well, if that day comes, what an interesting day that will be. But we should take a little break and we should give away some wonderful merch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, we're going to take a quick break. And if this show is something that you're enjoying and you're having a great time with us, we would love your support first and foremost by just bringing more people to the show. Tell your friends about it. Come check out the live shows. If you go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live, you can get our schedule of upcoming live shows as well as the links to go check those out. It's a ton of fun. We would really love to have you here. Or if just listening to the recorded versions is for you, get your friends on board, have listening parties. We would love that. And if you want to interact with other listeners, you can do that either in our Discord server, which you can get to by going to drunkbiblestudy.com/Discord or discord.drunkbiblestudy.com. You can join our Discord server, chat with other listeners, or you can go to Facebook and find our group, Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship. It's a ton of fun. People share memes, jokes, casting suggestions, observations about things they listen to on the show, personal stories, all sorts of stuff like that. It's fantastic. And if you're able to contribute financially to help support the show, we would appreciate that a ton. You can do that at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. And as a thank you for your help in supporting our show, we have things like early releases of episodes, personal toasts on the show, and Emily's drink recipes. And we're back. Yeah. All right. It is time for Malachi, chapter 3.
Home stretch.
Eugene has a title for this. It is...
What?
The master you've been looking for.
Oh, wow.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
You are looking for.
But is it the master we deserve?
Probably not.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Malachi chapter 3. Behold, I send my messenger, and he will prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple.
Oh.
And the messenger of the covenant.
Drink for
whom
Handel.
You desire. Behold, he comes. That is drink for Handel's Messiah for sure. There's going to be more here in a second. Says Yahweh of hosts. But who can endure the day of his coming? And who will stand when he appeareth?
Is it a baritone solo or what?
This one I think is sometimes an alto and sometimes a bass that does this particular.
Okay, well, I don't know it, so.
For he is like a refiner's fire.
Wow.
And like
a lot of refining.
Launderer's soap. That part is not Handel's Messiah.
And a laundry soap.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
wow.
It's weird that Handel was like, I'm just going to take the first part of this and not the second part. Yeah.
Wow.
So, for he is like a refiner's fire and like launderer's soap. And he will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he will purify the sons of Levi. That's also in Handel's Messiah. We're back. We took a break and now we're back. He shall purify that blah, 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 blah. The sons of Levi.
So many freaking runs.
Yeah, so many runs, yeah. So he will purify the sons of Levi and refine them as gold and silver. And they shall offer to Yahweh offerings in righteousness. In righteousness. Then the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasant to Yahweh, as in the old days and as in ancient years. I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers and against the adulterers and against the perjurers and against those who oppress the hirelings in his wages. The widow and the fatherless, and who deprive the foreigner of justice, and don't fear me, says Yahweh of hosts.
All right, sure. Into it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
For I, Yahweh, don't change.
I mean...
Okay. For I, Yahweh, don't change. Therefore, you, sons of Jacob, are not consumed. From the days of your fathers, you have turned aside from my ordinances and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says Yahweh of hosts. But you say, how shall we return?
How?
Will man rob God? Yet you rob me. But you say, how have we robbed you?
Okay. Calm down there.
In my version, Yahweh's impression of the Israelites is that they're like Cockney accents.
Okay. They're like little Victorian orphans.
Got it.
Right. But you say, we robbed you.
Jase.
Oh.
In tithes and offerings.
I see. Yeah.
You're
stiffing God.
Yeah. You are cursed with the curse. The worst kind of curse. You are cursed with the curse, for you robbed me. Even this whole nation. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house, and test me now in this, says Yahweh of hosts. If I will not open you the window of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there shall not be room enough for, period. I did not follow that sentence.
That was a toughie.
Okay.
That was a real toughie.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Good.
That was rough. Let me just see what Eugene has to say about this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, because I have a tiny little baby passage at the end of this.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Yeah, what is Eugene?
So he says, bring your full tithe to the temple treasury, so there will be ample provision in my temple. Test me in this, and see if I don't open up heaven itself to you and pour out blessings beyond your wildest dreams.
Like a cave of wonders.
Yeah, that's fun.
The cave of wonders.
Fun. I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes, and he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground. Neither shall your vine cast its fruit before its time in the field, says Yahweh of hosts. All nations shall call you blessed, for you will be a delightful land, says Yahweh of hosts. Your words have been stout against me, says Yahweh. Yet you say, what have we spoken against you?
God.
You have said, it is vain to serve God,
Jase.
and what profit
is so
what
vain.
profit is it that we have kept his charge and that we have walked mournfully before Yahweh of hosts?
If you are in the audience and you actually have a Cockney accent, let me apologize on behalf of Jase.
I also apologize on behalf of Jase.
100%. 100%.
I'm also going to keep going here.
Okay.
Now we called a proud appy. Yes, those who work wickedness are built up. Yes, they tempt God and escape. Then those who feared Yahweh spoke one with another. And Yahweh listened and heard. And a book of memory was written before him.
Memory?
For those who feared Yahweh.
Some cats got all up in there.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. For those who feared Yahweh and who honored his name, they shall be mine. Oh, yes, they shall be mine. That was Wayne's World. They shall be mine, says Yahweh of hosts, my own possession in the day that I make, and I will spare them as a man spares his own son who serves him. Then you shall return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him who serves God and him who doesn't serve him.
I gotta be honest, I'm having a harder time following Mila, the messenger.
Malachi's rough.
I don't know what's happening. This entire
Malachi.
Listen, Mila, I have one single chapter to rule them all.
Yeah.
Let's do it. The last of the minor prophets.
Do it.
Okay, here it is. If we were running this the way that the Christian Bible would have us run it, it would be the end of the Old Testament.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Everything old is new again.
But it's not. So here we go. But it's not. Listen, I hope all of you in the chat will help us for the quiz, because Lord knows I was like singing
cats.
I was looking up Messiah and singing cats. So here we go. This is in quotes. This is actually also chapter 4. For, behold, the day comes, it burns as a furnace, and all the proud and all who work wickedness will be stubble on your face.
Wait, not actually on your face, though, right?
No,
on somebody, I don't know.
Stubble, usually in the Bible, that refers to what's left over after you've threshed some wheat, just the little stalks sticking out of the ground.
Yeah, we looked that up. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Stubble. And the day that comes will burn them up, says Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But to you who fear my name, shall the Sun of Righteousness arise with healing in its wings. You will go out and leap like calves of the stall. You shall tread down the wicked, for they will be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I make, says Yahweh of hosts. Remember the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded to him in Horeb for all of Israel, even statutes and ordinances. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the great and terrible day of Yahweh comes. He will turn the hearts of the feathers to the children.
That's fathers, not feathers.
Fathers. He will turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers' feathers, lest I come and strike the earth with a curse.
Oh, wow. That's it.
That's it, and that's all.
Wow, that's Malachi, everybody.
Boy, oh boy, wow. Mila.
Yikes.
Malachi was having a moment.
Okay, let's reset with some silly psalms.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Goodness gracious. Okay. And now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms and forgets all the other stuff they read.
Psalms 115. Not to us, Yahweh, not to us, but to your name give glory, for your loving kindness and for your truth's sake. Why should the nations say, where is their God now? But our God is in the heavens. He does whatever he pleases. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they don't speak. They have eyes, but they don't see. They have ears, but they don't hear. They have noses, but they don't smell. They have hands, but they don't feel. They have feet, but they don't walk. Neither do they speak through their throat, as we all do.
Throat
Some
singing.
throat speaking. Those who make them will be like them. Yes, everyone who trusts in them. Israel, trust in Yahweh. He is their help and their shield. You who fear Yahweh, trust in Yahweh. He is their help and their shield. Drink for repetition.
Yeah, I love drinking for repetition.
Yahweh remembers us. He will bless us. He will bless the house of Israel. He will bless the house of Aaron. He will bless those who fear Yahweh, both small and great. May Yahweh increase you more and more, you and your children. Blessed are you by Yahweh, who made heaven and earth. The heavens are Yahweh's heavens, but he has given the earth to children of men. The dead don't praise Yah, neither any who go down into silence.
Yah.
But we will bless Yah from this time forward and forevermore. Praise Yah.
Woo! Yeah.
Woo!
Wow. Okay. Wow. Gosh. Okay. That was it. Wow.
Praise him.
It's you, Em.
Yes. 116. World English Bible. Here it is. 116. I love Yahweh because he listens to my voice and my cries for mercy. Because he has turned his ear to me, therefore I will call on him as long as I live. The cords of death surround me. The pains of Sheol got a hold of me.
Emily, you sound like one of the NPCs in Elden Ring.
Yes. I found, you're right, I call him Varys, but his name is not Varys, but the guy at the beginning.
Varys.
Who was like, you're maidenless, Varys,
Oh,
yes.
I found trouble.
I found trouble and sorrow. Then I called on Yahweh's name. Yahweh, I beg you, deliver my soul. Yahweh is gracious and righteous. Yes, our God is merciful. Yahweh preserves the simple. I was brought low, and he saved me. Return to your rest, my soul, for Yahweh has dealt bountifully with you. For you have delivered my soul from death, my eyes from tears, and my feet from falling. Thank you. I will walk before Yahweh in the land of the living. I believe, therefore, I said, I was greatly afflicted. I said in my haste, all people are liars. This sounds like House MD. I'm watching that show right now.
Yeah, everybody lies. Yeah, that is one of his things. You're right.
Yes. What will I give Yahweh for all his benefits towards me? I will take the cup of salvation and call on Yahweh's name. I will pay my vows to Yahweh, yes, in the presence of all his people. Precious in Yahweh's sight is the death of his saints. Yahweh, truly, I am your servant. I am your servant, the son of your servant girl.
Whoa.
Sweet. Yeah, interesting.
You have freed me from my chains. I will offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving. I will call on Yahweh's name. I will pay my vows to Yahweh, yes, in the presence of all his people, in the courts of Yahweh's house, in the middle of you, Jerusalem. Praise Yah.
Wow. We did it.
That was it.
And by we did it, I mean we still have to do a quiz.
Yeah.
And then we'll be done.
Servant girl.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, everyone. All right, we're going to get ready for that. And thank you all for joining us for Drunk Bible Study today. If you want to join the audience in our live stream shows, follow us on Twitch at Drunk Bible Study or go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including early releases, cocktail recipes, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoyed the show, take a moment to subscribe and write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans Fellowship Facebook group or join Discord server on discord.com/drunkbiblestudy. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Biblecast or on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to dinfo at drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jase Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book club. Whoa. He's got a history of skimming past all the pages of ageless confessional.